calling the center?
Yeah, I'd like to report a possible UFO.
Okay, like to hear about it.
I know that you get a lot of these calls, but it's not a prank. It scared the hell out of me. I don't mind telling you.
Okay.
We're out here in Texas, and we're out in the country, and we're sitting down in a little small range of mountains. And up above one of these mountains, it was too high for a hunter's light or anything like this. It was way too low for any kind of aircraft. It was not moving. It was standing still. And it was like it was pulsating, more or less. It'd get large and small, large and small.
Yes.
It lasted about 5 minutes, and I don't know where it went, whether it went up or down or what. And there was the damnedest racket I have ever heard. And when I describe it, don't laugh. But you know how the TV series, they sound like how the sound is with these flying saucer space bits?
Yes.
That's just exactly the way it sounded. It lasted for about 5, 6, 7 minutes. I wasn't the only one that saw it or the only one that heard it. And it really scared us, and I've called everybody that I could call pertinent to this, and Houston gave me your number.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all do in a case like this or how you handle it, but like I said, it scared the heck out of us.
Okay, what time did that happen?
About, how long ago was that, Merle? No, from now to then, about 20 minutes ago? It's about, okay, about 20, I'll say 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Now, getting back to this light, did that have any definite shape to it?
There was nothing but a light, is all I saw.
Just a round light.
Well, it wasn't even a round light. It was...
very diffused.
Like a... Well, it would be shaped more like it would be on fire, but it wasn't fire, you understand?
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't orange or anything.
Right.
It was just a light, but
okay.
It had no shape. But it was light enough that I could see the top ridge of this mountain about, you know... it kind of outlined the top edge of the mountain that it was over.
It was, in other words, it was reflecting the light from this thing.
Yeah, and I walked from my house trailer, my brother's house trailer to mine to get my husband's binoculars.
Yes.
And by the time I got back, the light was gone, and the racket, it was so weird, it scared me. I sat down and shook for 10 minutes. It was the weirdest sound I have ever heard in my life, and I'm 42 years old, and I've never reported a UFO. I've never seen one. I don't know what this was. I don't know what it was.
Uh-huh. Now, this sound didn't go on after the object was gone, did it?
Yes, that's when I heard it was after the light was gone.
I see. Well, okay, now how long did that sound continue after you watched the light?
Oh, Lord, about 10 minutes.
I see. Okay. Did it seem to be coming from the same direction?
No, it was kind of an all-around sound. It was like you couldn't pinpoint where the sound was coming from.
Feel like it was coming from everywhere?
Yeah, just kind of like all around you.
Okay. About how far away was that mountain? Do you have any idea?
About how far is that mountain from us? Not very far. Is it 5 miles? He said it's about 5 miles.
Okay, now which direction are you looking when you're looking at that mountain?
Okay, I'd be looking southwest and more to the west.
Okay.
About southwest, more to the west.
Do you have any estimate as to how high above the ridge the light was?
Okay, just standing like you're standing on the ground looking at something.
Right.
And say, can you picture it being 5 miles away?
Uh-huh.
It'd be about as high as two-story building.
Okay, fine.
Can I tell you anything?
No.
That's really the only way I can tell you.
Okay, now can you compare it with anything for size?
The size of the light?
Right.
Let me think a minute what would be in the air that I've ever seen. But, okay, if you're standing in your own yard and looking at a guard light,
right,
it'd be like that, except this was a way off.
Okay.
So it would have to be much, much larger to appear that way to me.
Right, right.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you the only way I know how to describe it. And
I know, you're doing just fine.
It just really shook me something serious, and I don't scare that easy.
Okay, now this sound, are there any pets around?
Oh, yeah, we have dogs.
Did that disturb the dogs at all?
Nothing. Nothing barked.
Didn't bother them?
No, nothing.
Okay. And where did you get our number?
Through Goodfellow Air... Well, no, wait. No, Houston gave me your number. Goodfellow Air Force Base I called because my husband is military. And that's the only people I knew to call.
Is this Houston Police?
No, San Angelo.
Okay.
And they gave me Houston's number, and Houston gave me your number.
Okay.
And like I said, it's not a prank. I'm not trying, it's serious. I don't know what it was, or I have no idea. But it's something that I don't know what it was, and that's what scares me.
Okay, we'll get on this right away, and if we come up with any answers, well, we'll get back to you and let you know.
Well, would you please?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us know, because like I said, we do live out here, and it really scared me. And I've not talked to any neighbors or asked them anything, because I just got right on the phone immediately to good fella and then immediately to y'all, you know.
Right.
And if you do, I would really appreciate you letting me know.
We sure will.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Reporting center.
Hi. I just got through talking to the county sheriff's department in Coopville, and they told me that I had better call you people. Tonight at approximately 6:15, I was on my way back into Oak Harbor with my girlfriend, and we had seen something very strange looking. Now, I know it wasn't a plane because it was close enough to where we could look at it. It wasn't a plane, it was not a helo, and it wasn't a flare. This thing, it had all kinds of little blue lights all over it, and it had like a circle of red lights underneath with blue lights in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And like I say, it was very, very strange looking, and, you know, we could see it turning. And every time it would turn, it would get very bright looking. And we watched that thing for as far as we could watch it, and all of a sudden it just disappeared.
Okay, now, getting directly to the object, could you see an object?
I could see what it was, yeah.
Okay, what shape did the object have?
It was like, it was circular looking.
Okay.
Okay? And it had, like, it just had like a small dome on the top of it was all.
Was that dome lighted?
Yes, it was.
What color?
It was blue.
Okay.
And the circular part was done in red. And then just underneath it was, you know, more little blue lights, but not as many as there was all over the top.
Okay, now, were the lights around the perimeter, were they flashing or pulsating at all?
Yes, they were.
Okay, did they seem to be moving? As though the whole object or the
yeah, like
perimeter?
the whole object was moving.
Uh-huh.
You know, just like in a circle.
Did that get fairly close to you?
Yeah, it sure did.
And you heard no sound?
I don't know, because you know, like I say, my windows were rolled up, and it nearly ran us off the road.
Oh, really came that low?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, could you estimate the altitude?
Oh, I say about 300, 400 feet.
Well, did this swoop down on you?
It just, all right, now see, there's an open field, and it just came from the top of the trees down into this open field and right across the road and back on up again.
Okay, now was this, when it did this, was this passing in front of you?
Yes, it was.
Okay, which roadway were you traveling at the time?
I was on Highway 20. I was coming back into Oak Harbor.
Okay, were you headed north or south?
Wait a minute.
Let's see.
I gotta remember which way is north and which way is south. All right, if I'm going up towards Mount Vernon on 20, I'm going north. Okay, I was heading north.
Okay. Back into Oak Harbor?
Back into Oak Harbor.
Okay. About how long would you say that you observed that?
Oh, I'd say for a good 15, 20 minutes.
It just remained in the same area?
Uh-huh.
Did it just come down low towards you just the one time?
Just the one time, and then all of a sudden, like I say, you know, after that, we saw it leaving, and then it disappeared completely.
Uh-huh. Okay, do you have any estimate of size of this thing?
No, I sure don't.
Could you compare it with anything?
It was bigger than my car.
Okay.
If that's any help. You know, I didn't know whether to report this or not, you know, so we had gone to a meeting tonight, and I asked the cubmaster there, I said, what should I do? And he said, report it. But I thought somebody might laugh.
No, you won't get any laughter from this office. Right. How many were in the car?
Just myself and my girlfriend.
Okay. Okay, now these lights, did they stay the same while you were observing the object?
No, like I say, when the whole thing would turn, and then as it was turning, it would get very bright. And then it would get a real pretty pale blue looking again.
That's the whole object you're talking
The
about?
whole object, you know, except for the red lights, you know, they would get more brilliant.
Would you say, in your opinion, that the object was surrounded by a corona of light?
Yeah.
Okay, and this was a bluish?
A bluish color, yeah.
And it fluctuated in intensity then? Okay. Which direction was it heading?
Let's see. East.
Would that be west to east?
West to east, right.
Okay. You got our number from the sheriff?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we'll get on this thing, and if we come up with any answers, why, we'll get back to you and let you know.
Okay, fine then. Now, if this is any help to you at all, there was a lady, I don't know her name at all, and she said that, her husband told her not to get involved, but they saw something similar to what we saw today. They had seen it this afternoon at approximately 12 noon. It was coming over the naval base. She had gone out to pick her husband out at the hangar.
Uh-huh.
And she had seen something to what I was describing.
In broad daylight?
In broad daylight.
Well, very good. We'll check into that.
But I don't know her name, and her husband told her not to get involved.
Uh-huh.
But this was approximately at 12 noon today.
Okay. Say, while you were driving, was your car radio on by any chance?
Yes.
Do you have any problems, any interference?
Yes, I did.
In what way?
It was a whole bunch of static. You couldn't hear anything.
Very heavy static?
Yes.
Did this clear up when the object left?
Yeah.
Had you had problems with that before you sighted the object?
No, not really, no. I had a little bit of static, but not much.
Uh-huh. Is even a little bit unusual over there?
Just a little, not a whole bunch.
Okay.
Usually I have a good clear station. I get several clear stations.
But the static you got, did it just shove the broadcasting reception off?
Yes, it
completely?
did.
Okay. Did you have any problem with your car engine or anything? Car lights, ignition system?
No, the car, not really. Because
Okay.
like I say, the thing, I put my foot on the brake in a hurry because I was going off the side of the road.
Uh-huh.
And we stopped, and once the thing went back up over the top of the trees, I beelined it around the corner and then stopped the car so where we could see it, over the water and everything.
Right. Okay, did you feel any heat of any kind?
I really couldn't tell you because I had my car heater on.
Oh, okay. Did you pick up any strange odors in the air?
Not that I can remember.
Okay, very good.
Not that I can remember.
Okay, we sure appreciate this, and like I said before, if I get anything else on it, well, I'll get back to you and let you know.
Okay, fine. I'd appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Reporting center?
Hi. I called last night reporting a UFO. I don't know whether you're the gentleman I spoke to.
Okay.
And my girlfriend had just called me, and she wanted to know that if you people could contact her. There were some more incidences that had happened last night after I dropped her off at her home. And she has a farm and everything, and she wanted to know if you could contact her.
Okay, you have any idea what this entails?
Well, okay, like I say, last night we had sighted a UFO,
Right.
and we had gone to a meeting and everything, and while we were gone, her son had seen the same thing. Well, when she got home, she turned on her television set. It was clear as a bell, and she said it was about 15 to 20 minutes later, and all of a sudden there was nothing but snow, a bunch of static. There was no picture at all. And she said that lasted for about maybe 20, 25 minutes. She said then it cleared up, and she heard her geese acting up like something was, after them, or they were really frightened about something,
right.
And she said they were just going berserky. So she went outside, and she said she smelled something real funny, and I said, "You sure?" I said, "It wasn't your farm or something?" She said, "No." And her dog is usually the first one out the door, but she had to keep calling her dog to come outside there with her, and the dog wasn't going to come. Something was frightening, the animals as well.
Right.
So, but she can tell you more about it than I can.
Right, okay.
But, she didn't know whether this might be related to the same thing or not.
Okay, well, we'll contact her.
Okay, fine. I'd appreciate it.
Thanks so much for
Thank
calling.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. UFO Reporting Center in Seattle.
Yes, sir.
We talked to your friend about her UFO experience,
Yes, sir.
and she said that you had something to tell us of certain events that occurred that same evening in your area.
The same day. Well, we went to play bingo. And going down the hill right by the surface sands, which is about, 2 miles from my house, approximately, she and I both saw this object up in the sky.
Right.
And it just, like, 2 seconds, and boy, it shot right across over the trees. So on one side of the road went right over the top. And it had light powder blue lights on it, and kind of an egg oval shape, and then over the top of this was sort of some red lights. So it's pretty well lit up.
Uh-huh.
And I saw the thing, and somehow it turned it out to where it looked like a 4-pointed star to me. And so anyway, went on down. I kind of watched, because as you come from on Highway 20 from Coopville on into Oak Harbor, you kind of turn around to where you Surf and Sands kind of sits right in this horseshoe curve type thing.
Yes.
And I looked behind me, going back. I didn't see nothing. So anyway, got down to the Fleet Reserve. Some gal said she wouldn't get involved. But got down to the Fleet Reserve that night, sat across the table from some woman, and I said, it's the weirdest thing I ever saw in my life, you know. Something leaves an impression in your head. So anyway, turned around. A gal sitting right across from me. She said, well, I'm not going to say anything. She says that I saw the same similar thing over the base earlier that morning. And so we went and talked to a guy that's with security that was working at Fleet Reserve that night. And he said, well, I saw the same thing about 9 months ago. Well, anyway, I got home. I have an 11-year-old boy that babysits my little kids. And we have a great big picture window that overlooks the whole San Difuca area, if you know this at all out here. Do you know this area at all?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, anyway, we kind of sit up on the hill, and it overlooks the whole bay.
Is that looking west?
Yes.
Okay.
And the thing was, I got home that night, and Lee was, my oldest, kind of a little bit shook. I said, what's the matter with you? And he turned around, and he says, I saw the funniest thing tonight. And I had not mentioned this at all to him. In fact, I just walked to the door, and I said, what was it? He said, well, I looked out the window, and he said, I saw this thing. He said, it was real bright. I said, can you describe it to me? He said, well, it was kind of, he gave the same description as what I had given.
Uh-huh.
And I said, where was it? He said, well, just over, well, we have 11 acres out here. And about 6 of our acres goes down the hill, which is towards the bay.
Yes.
And he said, well, it's just right out here in the middle of the field. I said, was it high or was it low? And he said, well, it's just even with my window. You know, he said, you didn't really have to look up too high for it. Well, anyway, I turned around, and I was kind of nervous at this time anyway, a little bit. And so anyway, I turned around, and about 10:30, quarter to 11, I have geese. I have about 200 animals out here. Geese, ducks, you know.
Right.
And the thing is that about 10:30, quarter to 11, my geese out here act like they're going to kill something. They just started raising holy Ned. My TV went fuzzy. And I looked out the back window. Well, these geese had their necks stretched out. My cows were kind of mooing. My chickens are raising Ned. And I looked out there, and these geese, so I have about 75 feet from my house, a garage. And these geese had their necks stretched out towards that garage, just like a dog had come at them or something, and that's the sound they were giving.
Uh-huh.
But there's nothing there. They were fighting something. It just looked like they were in a great big fight, but it was real funny because there's nothing that they could be attacking. So anyway, I turned around, and I do have a fireplace in here, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to get wood for that, get a fire built. So anyway, I decided I have a dog I've had for 8 years that's been very protective towards all of us. In fact, if one of my kids even has a friend of theirs that decides to play too rough, my dog will grab a hold of their foot or something and hold on. Other than that, it's pretty friendly, you know, other than that.
Yes.
So anyway, it was in the house, it was in the living room. And it kind of looks like an Australian sheepdog, but it's not. It's nothing more than a Heinz type dog. And so anyway, I turned around, I told Panda we have to go out our back door, and then there's about 13 steps to go down. That's how high our house is sitting up. And you go through your back, just a little closed back porch and down the steps. The other side's open. So anyway, I turned around and I told Pat, and I said, let's go get some wood, because I had to go down these steps. I had to get it from down behind, underneath. And I told Pat, and I said, come on. It was the first time I have seen my dog that I've had to call her twice to go with me. And it's the first time I've seen her stand at the top of the stairs. And she would not go down those stairs with me whatsoever.
Did the dog appear frightened?
Yeah, she was scared of something.
Uh-huh.
It was the first time she had not tried to protect me, but she would not leave those stairs. And most generally, you let her out, because everything out here, she just runs.
Right.
And then it usually takes an hour or so before she comes back in. But that night, boy, she wouldn't. So anyway, I turned around, and that just kind of gave me the insight, I better kind of check things over. And everything thinks I'm crazy, I know. But anyway, the next night, I saw the same cotton picket thing. And my husband works evenings, 3:30 to 11:30. By the time he got home, there was nothing on it. Well, you just figure your imagination, You're just still thinking of that same thing, and that's all it is. And I tried to write it off my mind. Well, just night before last, let's see. Yeah, 2 nights ago. No, last night, Thursday night. We got home from bowling, my husband and I, and my geese started acting up out there. Well, I let my geese run loose. They're not pinned up. There's no sense to have them pinned up, because I'm the only trailer here on Power Road, and that is about a 2-mile road.
Yes.
And so anyway, my geese started acting up. Well, I just looked out the window. Well, they're doing the same cotton picket thing. Up in the sky towards Oak Harbor area was the same object. Well, I got my husband up, and I said, what is that? I said, what do you see? He looked up there, and he described the same thing I saw. So he saw it the other night, just Thursday night.
Was this object moving?
Real slowly.
Uh-huh.
It just kind of like a dipping motion, and then it go back up again. And then all of a sudden, it just looked like it's standing still, and all of a sudden, it just like kind of like a dart, and it'd shoot a little bit, and then it'd stop.
Now, this dipping motion, would that be like a rocking motion back and forth?
Just similar.
Like a pendulum?
Sort of. It just kind of looked like it dropped, let's see. Like if you took, this is a terrible way to describe this, but like if you took an egg yolk and you put it in cold water, and you know how the thing kind of bobbles?
Right.
This is about the way this was doing.
I see. Okay.
And, I don't know. I mean, now let's see. A year ago, and I didn't think nothing of it. I thought maybe it was other incidents that had brought forth on this deal, but I didn't go any further than that. But about a year ago, let's see, November 19th, I lost my mother. And we drove from Oak Harbor to La Grande, Oregon, down through Prosser in that area. And just top the hill into Yakima, I had a cousin with me, and this was driving nighttime. And so anyway, just at the top of the hill of Yakima, this great big blue ball thing, it looked kind of like a beacon light, was right in front of the car. Well, Harry Lynn, my cousin, had commented to me about this, and he wanted to know what it was, and I said, well, it kind of looks like a beacon light, Well, the dumb thing followed us. Prosser, I don't know if you know that area down there or not, but that desert between, out of Yakima, you get down to Ellenberg, and then you take a road and cut off on a 2-lane highway that goes down to Hermiston.
Yes.
That area. But anyway, this blue thing, whatever it was, followed us. And then when the fog would get so bad, and it was really, really bad because it was in November, you couldn't even see the hand in front of your face. Well, this blue, whatever it was, would get low enough where you could see the road just perfectly clear. We get to a gas station. This thing would hover over the gas station. We went in, got some donuts and coffee out of this one gas station down there. And this thing hovered. We get to a light. There's a stoplight on the main highway. I think it's down around, I can't think where it's at. It's halfway between the Columbia Bridge and Ellensburg. But anyway, this thing at this red light stopped, and it hovered. Well, I started getting light out, and whatever this thing was, I turned around and I looked up, because I was watching it. It's just something to do, I guess, while you're driving. And I looked up, and this thing completely faded out. And then it come back, and I'm not kidding you. It gave it both Harry Lynn, because both of us saw it. The weirdest feeling, but that thing come back, the most beautiful blue cross you ever saw in your life.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of a powder blue color. And then it went right down to nothing. Completely faded out. And I don't know whether it was super bean or whatever the heck it was, but I knew my mom was in critical list, so I turned around and I looked at Harry Lynn and I said, my mom would be dead. It was about 7:30 tonight. And she was. She died at 7:30 exactly that night. But that same color blue was on the same color blue as what I saw out here.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of a powdery blue.
Now, getting back to that first night when those geese were concentrating on this particular outdoor building, did you check that building the next day?
Yes, I went all the way around it.
In the area around it, no marks of any kind on the ground?
Nothing.
Uh-huh. And the geese, did they appear normal from that point on?
Yeah, they were fine.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But the thing is, as well, I know as well probably it's what you do, the geese are watchdogs.
Right.
And like I said, I had 3 of them out there. I lost one just the other day. But I'm just beginning to wonder now because the geese acted up. Somehow I've had a couple of animals disappear from out here. Out of no dang apparent reason. I lost a couple of rabbits out here. But all of a sudden just, next morning I got up, I had 1 dead rabbit.
Okay.
And there was no reason to have a dead rabbit. There were no physical marks on it, no nothing. The thing was just dead in the pen.
And you say you had similar loss, one of the geese?
One of the geese, though, it's real strange that I don't know exactly. It looked like kind of it ruptured itself.
Uh-huh.
But yet, there's no physical marks it could have been stepped on.
Uh-huh.
It was just kind of a weird... It was still living. It was definitely alive. In fact, we had to kill it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we ate the thing last night, but, I mean, it was just the basic fact it had this rupture on the back end of it, and it was really strange because there's nothing, I mean, it didn't look like one of our cows had stepped on it. It had no physical marks, no broken bones, no nothing. Am I just imagining things, or what's going on? Or am I crazy?
Oh, I don't think you're imagining things, no. The things which you have described fit right into what we've been picking up for years.
What does that mean?
Well, something is in the area, something relating to UFOs is operating in the area.
Well, what exactly
Obviously.
is a UFO, can I ask? What do you describe as UFO?
Well, anything which we classify as a UFO or an unknown would be a vehicle not manufactured on this planet.
Well, this thing was definitely, I mean, I've kind of watched it, and I know for a fact. Now, even when home, she called me next morning, and she saw it. She went back into town that night. But I have definitely seen something out here that's got the same thing. But it just seemed like it'll just be the lights, and all of a sudden it just gets to a point. It seems like it can turn enough to where you get it just looks like a 4-pointed star on it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. I was kidding Lynn, like I told her. I said, I didn't really believe in the basic fact that these guys back east, you'd read about where these guys back east all of a sudden disappeared. I said, well, I was picked up by the UFO, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I didn't really believe, but now I'm beginning to wonder. And I turned around and I said, well, there's only one thing to do. She said, what's that? And I said, well, if I have anything like that show up my house, I guess I'll offer them a cup of coffee. I said, I don't know what else to do about it, you know. But they definitely been hovering over this field out here.
Okay, does anyone see them come and leave? Or are they just hovering?
They're just kind of hovering. I mean, my husband saw it. But I got him up. I showed it to him. My kids have seen something out here.
Okay, well, we sure appreciate your talking to us, and if we come up with any answers on this, we'll get back to you and let you know.
I'd appreciate it, because I'm really curious to know what
Okay.
thing he is.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, bye.
Yeah, this is down in the Rock Springs Flight Service Station.
Yes, sir.
And we got a UFO down here reported, and just thought we'd call you and let you know.
Okay, you have the party's name?
The reporting party?
Yeah, do you have any names or telephone numbers?
It was reported by the Rock Springs Police Department twice.
Okay. That's all they gave you?
Well, I myself observed it through some binoculars, and they seemed to think that they wanted to know if it was a helicopter is what they wanted. They said they couldn't hear any noises, but it was observed approximately 3 to 4 miles west of the airport, and we were actually east of the town.
Right.
And I got a red and white flashing light. We didn't have any aircraft in the area at the time, and we advised the center in Salt Lake, and they said they didn't have any on their radar scope, but they did have some real tiny blimps on their
Oh, I see.
And I thought it was about 10 miles west of the airport, and the police department reported it 500 feet to 1,000 feet in the air, and I think that was pretty accurate. And it appeared to me, like I said, we didn't have any aircraft in the area, and no helicopters that we knew of. It appeared to me that it was moving in a catty corner type direction. It'd be stationary for a minute, like a helicopter. It would be hovering.
Right.
But then it would move more or less at a 45-degree slant, kind of an angle.
I see.
And, we got it about, like I say, 10 miles west of the airport.
Okay, if we find out what it is, we'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about it myself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. Yes, this is a UFO reporting center in Washington. Could you give us any information on the objects that your personnel saw in the sky there tonight?
All they said was it had a really bright light on it, and it was shining a spotlight on the ground. And it was about 500 to 1,000 feet in the air.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we'd like to get a description of what you saw tonight.
How do you have the information?
We got it via FAA, and then we went through your department.
Uh-huh. Well, there was a highway patrolman. Do you have it? Have you called him?
No. We weren't aware of another gentleman.
Yeah. I'm going to be seeing him after a while. I can have him call you if you want.
Sure.
I don't know what we saw. I really don't.
Oh, could we get a description of just exactly what you observed?
Well, first of all, it looked like two big headlights.
Uh-huh.
In the sky. And it was probably 3 or 4 at that time, maybe 5 miles west of the Rock Springs Airport. And we were both traveling west on Interstate 80. We'd been on a call and we're traveling in separate cars, but, in close proximity of each other.
Yes.
And he called me on the radio and says, that's sure a strange-looking airplane over there. And I've been looking at it, so. We pulled over and parked, and the thing wasn't moving. And so, we figured, well, it isn't an airplane getting ready to land, so it must be a helicopter. And we watched it probably for, I'd say maybe a minute. And then it started to move again slowly, eastward. And there was also a spotlight under it, or the shot that went to the ground,
Yes.
We could see the ground lighting up under it. But it wasn't on all the time. And we were just under the impression it was some kind of a big helicopter or something. Then when the patrolman went home to eat supper, he called the airport just to verify, we wanted to know what it was, really, what kind of a helicopter it was, and they didn't have any report of it. Or said that they hadn't picked anything up in their radar screen.
Uh-huh.
I wish now that we'd have turned and followed the thing further, but because it was so close to the airport and everything, I still think it was probably a helicopter, but I don't know.
And all you could see was the lights, the two lights?
Well, there was two, like two large headlights.
Yes.
This looked like a car or something up there, with real bright headlights.
Okay, now that beam of light coming down from the bottom, how was that positioned in relation to those two white lights? I
cannot answer that question.
Okay.
The patrolman might be able to, because he called my attention to the fact that the ground was lighting up off and on under it. And when I looked down on the ground, it was. You know, this is quite hilly country here. And I distinctly recall on that one hill that the whole side of it was lit up.
Could you actually discern that shaft of light coming down from the sky?
No, I couldn't say that in all honesty either, other than I saw the ground lit up.
Okay. Do you have any estimate as how far apart those two white lights were?
You know, I've been thinking about that. Further than a car, probably, in retrospect.
Okay.
And bright.
Right.
They were bright.
And you didn't get any sound at all?
Yes, I could hear. I rolled my glass down. In fact, I told the patrolman on the radio I could hear the thing. Or I heard something. Now, like I say, that we're on an interstate, and semis are, you know, travel it quite heavily. We were close to the airport. We were within 5 miles of the airport.
Okay.
And, but I heard something now. Whether it came from that or not, I don't know.
Now, was this object stationary?
It was when we first saw it.
Okay.
No. Let me correct that. It was moving slowly when we first saw it. Then it stopped. And that's when we pulled over and stopped, because at first I thought it was just an airplane going to come in, you know. Then when it stopped, why, well, obviously it wasn't any kind of an airplane that I ever saw, you know, because they have to keep moving. Then we thought it was a helicopter.
Could you discern any colored lights that you would see on a normal aircraft? Or a strobe light?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Do you have any estimate as to how close to the ground that was?
Well, I'd say 500 to 1,000 feet.
Okay. Now, did you watch that until it moved away?
Not away. We watched it until it moved. And when it started to move again, why, we just figured, well, it's a helicopter and they're going to the airport. And kind of put it out of our minds. And then when the patrolman called the airport and they didn't know anything about it, then I thought about it again, you know.
Okay, now did those two white lights at all times while you were observing it maintain the exact position? That is, I mean, the distance apart, as though they might be attached to an object which you could not observe?
Yes, they maintained the same position, I would say.
Okay. Any estimate on the size of the lights themselves? Can you compare it with anything?
They were big. They were big in relation to an automobile headlight.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't be more specific, but they were unusually bright. They were bright.
Okay. Did they maintain the same brightness at all times?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the area where the ground was being lit up, is there any specific ground, man-made or natural feature in that area that you know of?
A railroad.
Just a railroad.
It would be just to the southeast of the Union Pacific Railroad track.
Okay.
Maybe a mile.
And did you see any other aircraft in the same area at the same time?
No, I didn't see any.
Okay. Well, I think that about does it. We sure appreciate your talking to us, Mr.
Yes, I'll have the patrolman call you tonight. I suppose you're there 24 hours, aren't you?
Right.
You know, what do you think we saw?
Well, the two white lights and the illumination of the ground under it is quite familiar in this field. Quite often when such a phenomenon will approach or come closer to a witness, why then they can usually see the outline of a vehicle of some kind with the two brilliant white lights positioned on the right and left outer perimeter. But apparently this wasn't close enough for you to see what they were attached to.
No, I tried to make it out too. I couldn't. Now whether he did or not, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But I'm at home now for supper, and I'm just getting ready to leave. We're going back farther east and out into the Red Desert there, and see if we can. We're kind of intrigued by this thing now.
Oh.
Because it was so close to the airport, we made an assumption that it was going to land there, you know.
Right. Okay, now you're associated with the Sheriff's Department?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I thank you again for talking to us, and if we come up with any answers regarding the identification of this thing, we'll get back to you and let you know.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is patrol here in Wyoming.
Yes, sir.
And the deputy sheriff told me to call you.
Right.
Are you the same man he talked to?
Right.
Okay, what did you want?
Okay, what we'd like to do is get a detailed as possible description of what you saw this evening.
Well, it'll be about the same thing he told you. We were in different vehicles coming in from a call out around Point of Rocks, and just south of Interstate 80, we seen a couple of headlights up in the air in a stationary position. It looked like possibly like a car hanging up in the air.
Yes.
I know the terrain well enough. I knew that there was no hill up there for a motor vehicle to be on. I pulled over to the side of the road and watched it. It had very bright lights on it, bigger than car headlights, I guess you would say, and brighter. It appeared to be stationary, and I watched it for, probably less than 1 minute. And then it started to move in an easterly direction back toward the airport, right along the road that comes up to the airport.
Yes.
And I noticed that also these lights illuminated the ground. I would say it was 800 to 1,000 feet off the ground at that time. And then I just went on home and called the airport to see if they had a flight plan on some type of an aircraft that would do that.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a helicopter. But we're at the airport now trying to find out if there's a helicopter in the area, you know, that's landed by now.
Yes.
I have no report of one here.
Okay, now as that object was moving, did it continue to illuminate the ground under it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's like bright headlights shining down.
Okay. Did you watch it until it moved out of sight?
No. It just went up the hill toward the airport, so I assumed that it was a helicopter coming back up here to land, you know.
Uh-huh.
But the thing that was unusual about it was that time of day for it to be stationary. In other words, if people were out on a work detail, you'd think they'd just go right on the airport.
Right.
Instead of stopping up in the air like that and hovering or being in a stationary position with the light shining down.
Did you get out of the car to watch this?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Stayed right in it. I didn't hear any noise.
Uh-huh. Okay. About what time did you first spot that?
It was about 6:10, I would estimate.
Okay.
6:10 p.m. Mountain time.
Just about how long did the entire duration of the sighting last?
Oh, probably 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes, it would be a pretty close guess.
Do you have any estimate of the distance between those two lights?
A little wider than car headlights. You take a big-sized passenger car like a Chrysler or Dodge,
Right. Uh-huh.
but possibly a little wider than that.
Okay. Did they hold their same position as it moved along?
Yes.
Okay. And you couldn't see any outline of a vehicle of any kind?
No, I couldn't. Also, on the back, when it finally started in the easterly direction, I seen a red and green light blinking on and off.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Is that typical of a helicopter lighting system? A large-size helicopter? They've got this Hoskins, this helicopter service out of Salt Lake that works in this area, you know.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I went up in it one time and just looked at the terrain, and
It doesn't sound like a helicopter flight. You'd think that they'd come right on in. And, of course, the airport should know whether they were coming in or not.
Well, they should,
Yeah.
but they have no flight plan.
Right.
So, we're interested. That it could be involved in some criminal activity.
Uh-huh.
That's our main interest there.
Right. And you were alone?
I was alone in my car.
Right.
Deputy Sheriff was right behind me in his own unit.
Okay. What distance apart were you from him? Any idea? Or was it fairly close?
Back off a call, we probably, we were right in the same area.
Oh, okay. Fine. All right, sir. Well, we sure appreciate your calling and talking to us. And
Okay, we're going to do a little more checking on this, and I don't know if we can find a helicopter around here to probably answer the question. Pacific Power and Light has this line that goes through here,
Uh-huh.
They've got these big aluminum poles, and they use helicopters to move these things, replace them and repair them and so forth.
Right.
But who the company is that's working for them, I don't know. It's something that... So,
Okay.
thank you then.
Right. Thank you, sir. Senator?
Yes, I was just here reading a newspaper. I live in Simi Valley,
Yes.
and I was reading about this UFO object that, occurred in the skies.
Yes.
And I didn't pay much attention to it at the time. I think it was last Wednesday. The day they had this supposed to be cloud in the sky, it looked like a UFO. And I leave home real early in the morning. I leave home about 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
And I drive over the Simi Freeway into San Fernando.
Right.
And I had a hell of a time trying to get my radio to stay on beam of the music that was playing. And this particular object that I was looking at, but as I was driving into San Fernando, it had all types of colors on it, and it looked like a flying ship to me. But I could get the wave sounds back like a beep sound from through my radio, and I just had that all the way to work that particular morning.
This was coming in quite clear?
This was coming in quite clear.
Okay, was this shoving the other reception right out?
It was just shoving them right out.
Okay, did this object have a defined shape?
Yes, it did. It had a shape of a shape of an egg-like,
Okay.
egg shape, more. And I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if you know where this Rocketdyne Test Center is up in the valley.
Yes.
Well, just as I got almost into that particular area, this emanating sound that I heard, it just took over the radio completely. And it was just like you were giving signals, beep sounds.
Uh-huh.
And just after I passed through there a little bit, it got a little weaker, though. But from what I could see, it looked like it was just like something was beaming this direction towards that hill,
Okay, now how far was the object from there?
Oh, that object was way over into, I would say that object was way out into, I guess you would say that Glendale Mountain out there.
Okay.
Way over. I guess that's beyond Burbank out there, Looks like it's headed towards Pasadena, I guess.
Now, would that be over that CD or Civilian Defense Center by any chance?
Right.
Right on top of the hill there, they got a very large radio center.
Right.
Be right in that area?
It would look like it was way behind that area.
Okay.
Like that,
And this was Friday?
No, it wasn't Friday. I think it was either Wednesday morning or Thursday morning.
Okay.
It was the next day. It was the day before when Simi had this picture in the paper about clouds that looked like a spaceship.
Oh, okay. About what time?
Well, this was about 4:45. Between 4:30 and 4:45 in the morning.
About how long was that in view now while you were watching it?
Oh, gee, it was in view until I got down into way down into San Fernando there, but up by the Golden State Freeway going into Burbank.
Okay, now did it maintain its position at all times? Or was it on the move at all?
No, most of the time it maintained its position. It was real slow to fight, It didn't go real fast.
Okay. Do you have any estimate of size?
I didn't think about it that way.
Compare it with another object.
I would say the size of a large automobile, I would say, really.
Okay.
You know.
How about altitude?
The altitude itself looked like it was just hanging next to a cloud, really. Say, for instance, a cloud in the sky, and it was laying right next to a cloud. In other words, if you would just really look at it as being a cloud, you say, oh, gee, there's another cloud in the sky. Because that particular morning, there was very, very few clouds in the sky. And it was just laying right next to a cloud. Say, maybe there's about, if you would look at it outward, there's about 5 feet difference between it and the cloud.
Okay.
But you could actually look like it had light behind it, you know. I figured out that, well, maybe the sun is coming up. But then I looked at the clouds that was next to it, and I didn't see any difference in, you know. The color behind the clouds, you know, it didn't have any particular color. But this thing that was next to the clouds, it had a sort of a light behind it.
Now, which direction would you be looking when you're watching that?
If I was traveling the Simi Freeway, I would be looking out, say, San Bernardino way, I guess.
Okay.
Way out in that area.
Right. You figured this was about Thursday or Friday? Or Wednesday and Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday, okay.
Right. It was a day that was real clear, and then it got foggy the next day, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday.
Okay, because Thursday was Independence Day or Veterans Day or whatever they call it, right?
I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday, though, because it was real clear Wednesday.
Okay, and that was the day the article appeared in the paper?
Well, the article appeared in the paper the next day.
The next day, okay.
Right. Particular sound, though, you know, I've heard sounds before, you know, different beep sounds, because I worked for an aircraft company. And this particular sound, it just took over the radio completely. It just turned the music off when I got up by Rocketdyne area up there, and the music just went away completely, and all these little sounds came in, beep sounds, you know.
Beeping, straight beeping right through.
Right, straight beeping right through.
How about static?
That's the thing about it. It just wasn't no static.
No static, just the beeping. Okay. Now, did you have any other problems? Were there any problems with the car? Ignition, so forth?
I didn't notice it. No, I didn't pay much attention to it in that respect, you know, as far as, like you mean, something or the engine won't quit or something like that.
Right.
No, I didn't have that type of thing.
Okay, did you have any unusual physical sensations yourself?
Did I? I just had a weird feeling, I can tell you that.
Okay. No tingling? Any tingling in the body?
No, not really, but I just had a chill run across my body like, what's this out here, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Because there wasn't nobody on the freeway that time of morning, really.
Right.
You know, that's the kind of feeling that I got.
Okay. Well, I tell you what we'll do. We'll see if we can come up with more information on this, and if we do, we'll get back to you and let you know.
Okay, fine.
Thank you for calling.
Right.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm calling from Millbank, South Dakota.
Yes, sir.
We've got a UFO sighted over our farm place, and I work for the police department. My father's a retired state trooper.
Yes, sir.
And I work for the police department. I happen to see your number there and on a sheet of paper, and we just saw it. Oh, we saw it well, being in South Dakota, it was 5 minutes to 7 when I first sighted it. It's now 20 minutes after 7 here, and it's still in sight. It's moving back and forth, and it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, does this thing have a shape of any kind?
We're watching it through the binoculars. Well, it appeared to be, it's flashing, it's alternating colors. It's not any known aircraft because I just called the police department. My friend is working, and if it was one of the game wardens or something watching, we'd know that.
Right.
Because of the information he has. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little rattled right now. It's red. And it rotates. It seems to be rotating, red and white. And what else, Dad? Appears like balls of red flame or something fly out of the sides of it. I don't know just exactly how to describe it. Almost like a Roman candle or something at times with red objects, red balls of fire flying out. It's almost out of view now, but we can still see it. It's headed in basically a south to southwest direction.
Okay, now does this thing have any kind of a shape to it?
Well, we have a pair of binoculars. What power are they, Dad? It seems like you can't really determine it because it is night here and we can't really see. We got a 6 by 15 pair of power binoculars and 360-foot field at 1,000 yards, and it appears that when you look at the object, the way I saw it when I first viewed it was that it was a round cylindrical object in the center, almost like two saucers put together, bottom to bottom. I mean, the flat surfaces placed together.
Uh-huh.
And then it's going down now, and then extending out from that, as I saw it, appeared to be two arms coming down at maybe a 15-degree or 15 or 25-degree angle, radiating out from the main body with two white orbs stationed on each one of those.
Uh-huh, okay. And this thing is flashing multiple colors?
Yes, it's kind of a red and white and then a blue through the binoculars. I don't know if I'm getting some kind of a prismatic effect or not through them. It appeared to set down out in the field out here, some miles away. I'd say maybe 5 miles away, maybe even further.
Oh, you actually saw it descending?
Yeah, it's down now. My parents and I are watching.
Uh-huh. Okay. About what size is this? Can you compare it with anything?
It's close to Stockholm, South Dakota right now. What size to compare it to? Sir, I can't really give you an estimation on the size of it. I mean, it could be 2 feet across. It could be 150 because I really don't have any ability to gauge it against anything, against the black sky. It's kind of overcast tonight, and there's not too many stars out, so it's difficult to see.
Okay, and you say this thing has descended out of sight again?
It's descended not out of sight. We can see a round red object or a red spot on the ground out there between two farm places.
Okay.
It's be sitting on the ground.
And this is moving southeast from you, right?
Yes, sir, yeah. And I know we're not seeing things.
Okay, how many witnesses you got there?
3.
Okay.
My father being a retired state trooper, and my an airplane went over the top of it. My dad said I shouldn't fail to mention that.
Okay.
An airplane headed west, an airplane went over the top of it. That would have been about 10 minutes after 7 our time.
Okay, you feel there's a possibility that this thing was sitting on the ground before?
It still is.
Uh-huh.
It's
okay.
now.
Okay, we'll get on this right away, and if we come up with any additional information, we'll get back to you.
Okay.
And if we need anything new on this, can we call you back?
Oh, yeah, I would hope you would, because I'd sure like to know what the darn thing is.
Okay.
Where are you out of? Where's your headquarters at?
Washington.
Okay. Is this with the government?
No, it's a private scientific group.
Okay, real fine. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for the call.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye. What's the status on that object?
It's gone. It's gone. We don't see it anymore. It went out of sight at about 7:25, I'd say, just a few minutes after I hung up from talking to you. Funny part of it was my father and I sat down in different rooms, and my mother, well, we weren't in different rooms, but we were in different locations in the same room, and I said, draw it out. And my dad and I both drew the same thing.
Uh-huh.
My mother held the one that I drew, and we both had the same thing down.
Oh, great. Now, did you actually see this thing go?
You mean leave as far as...
Did it lift off and leave, or did it just go out?
No, it appeared to land. West of us, about 15 miles or 10 miles is a range of hills, so it may have gone behind them. We kind of thought maybe that's what happened rather than actually landing. It might have gone behind the hills.
Okay, now I might understand that that thing had been sitting on the ground when you first saw it.
No, sir. It was off the ground, I'd say, about 600 feet.
Okay. Yeah. About how far away from you was it?
Oh, I'd say a mile to a mile and a half.
That's pretty close.
What did you say, Dad? If you have a map of South Dakota, it would be going on a direct line between Millbank, South Dakota, and Watertown, South Dakota.
Okay,
You can plot those two courses there.
Right.
I wouldn't know what the bearings are or anything of that particular locale, but that's the direction it seemed to be assuming.
Okay. Well, we'll keep working on it, and if we get anything, we'll get back to you.
Okay, I sure appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
I really do. Thank you for calling us back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.